former Council of Economic Advisors Chair Kevin Hassett. Kevin, good to see you. KJP says that this plan to forgive student loan debt is very popular with the American people. However, you had a bipartisan vote, Republicans and Democrats, trying to cancel this plan by the president. What say you?
Yeah, you know, the bottom line is that whether this bill gets signed by the president or not, the forgiveness is going to be tossed out by the Supreme Court this summer. And, you know, Dagan, when she was leading our segment and said that I was going to talk about a double standard, I can tell you, you guys remember I was in the White House helping formulate the COVID response. And we just wanted to know from the career legal people, like, what are the possibilities with student debt? And the career people at Justice and the Department of Education gave us a memo when I was in the Trump White House that said it's absolutely unconstitutional for the president to forgive student debt. And so Joe Biden knows that he's breaking the law when he does this, and the Supreme Court's going to toss it out. And I think that in the Senate, you know, people of conscience recognize that our deficit is so out of control that they got to do something, and they're trying to do something about it. But in the end, I think the Supreme Court's going to fix this.
Why wouldn't he has vowed to veto what was passed through the House and through the Senate, and Tester, Manchin, and Sinema joined the Republicans Thursday to end the student loan bailout. Why would he veto it? This is the will of the people, but he thinks that he is some sort of savior, Kevin?
No, what it is it's just absolutely a shameless attempt to buy the votes of young people who are getting their debt forgiven. I think that a lot of people who have analyzed voting patterns have found that the student debt forgiveness really has bought Democrats lots of votes around the country. And so he's trying to show that he's going to stick up for them. You know, I think he knows that the Supreme Court is going to toss it out because he must have got the same briefing from the Justice Department and the Department of Education that we got in the Trump White House when we were exploring our options on student debt. And so what he's doing is he's going to veto this thing, and then he's going to, when he runs for re-election, he's going to tell students, look, I'm your champion, re-elect me, and then I'll forgive the debt again, and we'll find a way to pass it into law.
You know, it's fascinating because Dagan mentioned Tester, Manchin, and Sinema, all Democrats, all up for re-election, and all voted against Joe Biden's plan to forgive debt. That tells you that in tough districts, tough states, the American people don't want this, Kevin. This is a sign of what people want, and these Democrats are saying America doesn't want it.
Right, and the bottom line is it's the fancy schmancy people at the Ivy League schools that have all this debt.
That's right.
And the sort of what used to be the Reagan Democrats, like the actual what used to be the base of the Democratic Party, they're not loaded up on student debt, and they don't want to have to pay higher taxes in order to pay off the debt for the doctors in their local hospital. It's a really outrageous policy, and it's unconstitutional. But again, for me, the thing that really annoys me and upsets me is that he's sworn to uphold the law. There's no way that the people in the Justice Department didn't tell him, hey, this is against the law for you to do it. And he did it anyway, just so he could get some minor political or maybe major political advantage. And that's what's wrong with this administration. They really don't have any commitment to enforcing the law.
Not at all. Kevin Hassett, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.